Hey, Steve Stanek here, the Dusty Keratometer. Happy Friday. No optometry today. We are waiting for pool service. Mr. Mike Ringsdorf, his company is All You Do Is Swim, which is, in my opinion, the best pool service in the Emerald Coast of Florida. Mike likes to do imitations, so we're going to try to get him to do the character Karl on the movie Slingblade today. We'll see how that goes. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to put the links in the comments section so you can see the actual movie and compare it to what Mike does. He's pretty entertaining.
I reckon that what you gotta want to know is what I'm doing in here. I reckon the reason I'm in here is because I killed somebody. But I reckon what you all want to know is how come I killed somebody. So I reckon I'll just get right to it. Well, when I was a little boy, I reckon my parents didn't like me being up there with them, so they built a little shed in the back of the backyard where I spent most of my life. I had a quilter and two laid down there for me to sleep. Well, my father was a hard-working man. Can't say the same for myself. I just tinkered around with some lawnmowers every now and then. One night, the children in the neighborhood, I went to school off and on, but the children in the neighborhood, they was cruel to me and made quite a sport of me. Mostly I just sat out there in the shed looking at the ground. My daddy worked in the stall mill for a man named Dixon. Mr. Dixon had a boy named Jesse. He used to make quite a sport of me, make fun of me and pick on me now and again. Well, they said my mother was a pretty woman. They said that quite a bit from time to time over there at the schoolhouse. Not sure what they were talking about. But, well, I reckon I'll just get right to it and tell you what happened. Well, I was just sitting out there in the shed one evening, not doing too much and nothing. Just staring at the wall and whatnot, waiting for my mama to come round in there and give me my Bible lesson. Man, and I heard some noise coming from the house. So I went up there and look at it and take a look and see what was going on. So I walked in there, and there was Jesse on top of my mama. He was having his way with her. Well, I just seen red. Well, I looked in the corner, and then I seen me a sling blade. Some people call it a sling blade, I call it a cotter blade. Well, I picked up the cotter blade, and I hit Jesse upside the head with it. I reckon that didn't quite satisfy me, so I hit him again, this time upside the neck with the sharp side of the blade. Cut his head clean off. And my mama jumped up. She jumped up and said, "What'd you kill Jesse for? What'd you hit Jesse for?" Well, come to find out, my mama didn't mind too much what Jesse was doing to her. Well, I reckon it made me more mad than what Jesse did. So I took the cotter blade, hit her upside the head with it. Killed her. Some folks ask me if I had to do it again, would I still do it again? I reckon I would. Well, they put me in this nervous hospital, trying to see if they can make me better again. I've been in here for a good long while. I had some time to read the Bible. It took me 4 years. Some of it I understand, some of it I don't. Wasn't quite what I expected in some places. I slept in a good bed for quite a long while. Now they see fit to let me out of here. I reckon, I don't know if that's enough for your newspaper. If you want any more, I guess I'll give you some more detail. But I don't know. I'm not sure if that's enough for your newspaper or not.
Do you think you're ever gonna hurt somebody else again, Carl?
I don't reckon I'm gonna have to kill anybody. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow with infinite jest. He of most excellent fancy. Fancy that. Ain't no more.
Carl.
Mr. McGuire.
Carl.
Mr. McGuire.
I just got one thing to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening?
I reckon so.
Plastics.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful future in plastics. Think about it.
All right.
Will you think about it?
All right, then.
Okay, good. Hey, Carl, take a look at this, see if you can figure out what's wrong with it. It won't crank over, but it seems to be put together right.
But it ain't got no gas in it. But I like the color, it reminds me of mustard.
See that? Always check the simple things first.